Hey guys, what's up? Ruben here, the mentor, and in this video, I'm going to give you 5 mixing tips that is guaranteed to actually help your mixer sound better by the end of this video. So let's get started. Now, number 1, you're going to know what you're doing. So you have to know what you're doing. Say for example, you're adding a reverb effect to a drum track. Well, what does this knob do? And how much mix would be suitable for this music arrangement? Most new mixing engineers or home producers will slightly nudge the effect knobs in hope to get a better sound without actually knowing what they are doing. So here's a mixing technique for you. You have to know what you're doing. To do that, simply turn the knob of an effect all the way down or up to really hear the effect it's giving. Then turn back up to a comfortable position and feed your mix in. Surprisingly, many are just playing around with the knobs with little to no clue of what they're actually doing. Same goes to mixing your fader levels. For example, if you're mixing some drums and pianos, pull the track fader all the way down or up to hear its effect to the mix and slowly return to a comfortable level. That way, you know what you're actually changing and doing. Tip number 2, group your tracks. Imagine you have near to 40 or even 80 tracks to mix in your DAW. Now that can be fairly common if you are mixing orchestral music or even a heavy hip-hop arrangement. Now instead of going through and mixing every single track one by one, you have to group your tracks. Group different music elements together. For example, group all percussions and drums under a drum group, pads and string under a pad group, and so on. You get the idea. So from having to mix over 40, 80 or even 100 over tracks, we're now down to only mixing and contouring less than 10 or maybe 15 subtracks. Of course, you have to go back and mix the other tracks individually, but grouping your tracks is how the pros do it, and you get to control your overall mix better. Number 3, make use of automations. Now, music isn't static. I'm aware of the loudness war, where every producer tries to make their music as loud as possible because loud music always sounds better. However, music has full of dynamics, so a pro basic tip for you is to make use of automations. Many producers only use automations for creative effects like opening a filter or even introducing some wobbles, but I reckon you use that in your mix as well. For example, a loud-sounding piano intro should be reduced in volume using the help of automations when mixed together with other instruments during the chorus part of the song. Having the piano playing at the same volume throughout the intro and chorus is only going to clip your track, so make use of automations and automate the volume of your tracks as the instrument progresses to different parts of the arrangements, from the intro, the verse, the chorus, the bridge, and even the ending, the outro. Number 4, a very common mistake. You got to know the order of your effects in your insert channel. The order of your effects in your insert channel would actually change the way your tracks sound. If you put a compressor after a reverb effect, you'll be actually compressing the reverb sound. And if you put an EQ after a chorus effect, you'll actually be EQing the track after it goes through the chorus effect. So vice versa, if you put a chorus effect after an EQ effect, you'll be actually applying the chorus effect on the EQ track. So does effects like compressors and EQ come before or after your delays and reverb? While most producers would advise you to put a compressor before putting any time-based effects on, it actually really depends on your creativity. But again, it's important to know that the order of your effects in the insert channel would actually make a difference to your sound. Tip number 5, make use of creative effects like sidechaining. Mixing bass and kicks can be tricky, so sometimes in mixing, you can make use of some creative effects. In the case of mixing bass and kicks, you can use a sidechain to help blend your kicks and bass better. Say for example, the bass overpowers the kick in this piece, and you want the kick to be stronger than the bass, so use a sidechain. By the way, you have to choose between having a strong kick or a strong bass. You can't quite have them both together, and this is where sidechaining can come really useful, to actually fit the bass and the kicks together. So simply send a bars from the kick into a sidechain of a compressor effect on the bass track. Set it to a comfortable setting where the compressor works on the bass when the kick is played. And there you go, a drum and kick working together with the use of a creative effect like sidechaining. Bonus tip for you, tip number 6, is to get a pad in the studio. Now, mixing with a pad around your studio helps release stress and also gives you better mix judgments on your music. Nah, I'm just joking. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video and you found the 5 tips to be really helpful. If you have any questions again on mixing on your DAW or mixing in music production, well, just ask me in the comment section below and I'll be back to help you. And again, if you like this video, please go ahead and like it and also share it to your friends. And once again, I'm Ruben, the other mentor, and see you again. Thanks.